All right, welcome to our team call for April 29th. So before I get started, I just want to go over a couple exciting happenings for May. And then we're going to dive right in. So before I do announcements, does anyone have anything they want to shout out?
I do.
Yay, go for it.
Um, Julia, my new coach, she has hit Success Club for this month, which is fantastic. And
Amazing.
we are hopefully, I think, celebrating her first rank advancement tomorrow.
Yay. And then we can officially celebrate you next week. But congratulations. Huge congrats on hitting Success Club. Diving right in and like running straight out of the gates. Amazing.
All right, I'm going to shout out Megan and Alyssa, two of my new coaches. They are halfway to Emerald, and hopefully we'll be there soon.
Awesome. Exciting. I'm like obsessed with all this new growth and all these new amazing coaches we have coming in. It's so cool to see. All right. Well, congrats, ladies. All right. So what's up for May before we talk about finishing April strong and how to start May strong? 10 rounds challenge packs are going to be on sale again next month for $20 off. So I'm personally going to be doing another round of 10 rounds because I love it so much. So if you haven't tried it, I would suggest trying it, at least doing the sample workout and seeing if you like it and vibe with it, because it's a great program to dive into. I feel like it's a totally different dynamic than most of the things we have, and it's just been a really refreshing change of pace. So I'm loving that. So that's $20 off again in May. Yes, because it's gonna typically like bar was 180. Right now it's back at the normal price. Bar, when it was $20 off, it was 160. So it will stay at 160 and then it will eventually go back up to 180. But the cool thing is that, and this only happens like twice a year. So this is going to be a big, big, big advantage. And it's going to be part of what I give tips about, like really setting yourself up for a successful May. All challenge packs are $20 off for the month of May. So a lot of the like 160 challenge packs or 180 challenge packs, like 2B Mindset, Ultimate Portion Fix challenge packs, 3-day refresh challenge packs, on-demand challenge packs, all that good stuff. Everything is $20 off. So that's going to be a huge advantage. And just a little sneak peek, which I'll fill you in on more details later, but we're going to kick off the month of May with a flash sale, which I had like thought about last week before we even knew about the promos. So it's perfect timing. Because in flash sales, we typically discount packs anyways, so that people are kind of getting a steal to commit right away. But considering packs are on promo, it's like the perfect time to rally, get everybody in this flash sale, do the hype, have a great giveaway, have the promo packs, and get everyone to commit right at the beginning of May. So that's super exciting. On May 5th, they're going to do another Beachbody Run Business of Coaching webinar. So I had planned to do another like meet the team event the week to follow, but since that event is May 5th, we can just do a meet the team event to follow like we did that first time right after the Business of Coaching event. So just be on the lookout in the team page. We'll make another event page. We'll post the Business of Coaching link in there. We'll have the meet the team event for after. So make sure that's on your radar to be inviting to that. Okay, so May 4th to the 11th, they're doing a Mother's Day sale on collagen. So it's going to be 10% off Beachbody Collagen, which is kind of a cool little incentive. And like, what mom doesn't want to get rid of her wrinkles and have nicer hair, skin, and nails? So collagen is going to be 10% off. So if you have customers that are collagen lovers, or you have never tried collagen, or you have never talked in your challenge groups about collagen, I would highly recommend trying it. Talking about it in your groups and just letting people know that that's going to be on sale. It is a fantastic product. I personally do notice a really big difference in my like skin and the brightness of my skin and like decreased wrinkles, and like better nails, when I'm consistently drinking it. So I love it. If you are a 2B Mindset fan, Alana's new book called You Can Drop It is coming out on Amazon on May 12th. So if you have customers that are 2B Mindset fanatics, or you are a 2B Mindset fanatic, just know that you can pre-order that book right now. And May 18th, does anybody know what May 18th is? It's one of our favorite things, is coming out with a new flavor. Hint, hint.
Energize.
Mixed Berry Energize is coming out on May 18th, which I know so many people are pumped about to have a new flavor. And then I believe on May 27th, Fruit Punch Energize is launching to the UK. So we only have one coach on my team from UK. I don't know about you guys if you have UK customers or UK coaches, but they are finally going to have Fruit Punch Energize on May 27th. So lots of exciting things happening for May. Okay, so I posted in the team page earlier today, just trying to kind of get a feel of where people are at and what you wanted to hear about, talk about, work on, etc. One of the things that has been coming up a lot just in conversations with some of you is overcoming objections. So be on the lookout. I'm going to post a post in the team page prompting you to share what objections you are getting, because we're going to have a future team call on overcoming objections. And I want to make sure that we're addressing ones that you are specifically getting, whether that's, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I can't coach, I've never run a business, whatever. Like, there are 7 billion objections we can get. But I want to make sure that we're not just covering the basic ones, but we're covering the ones that you are specifically getting and having a hard time overcoming. So make sure when you see that post that you comment on it and you tell me what you specifically want, what objections you want to learn how to overcome. Okay, so tonight we're doing kind of like a mashup of things, because a couple of you had said you're working to still hit Success Club this month. A couple people said that, yes, they would like to talk about planning your month. And then Katie had suggested, which is a really awesome topic, is tips for hitting Success Club early on in the month, so that you're not like on the struggle bus at the end of the month freaking out, wishing, you were at Success Club, like trying to follow up with everybody, and like, where are those people that said they were going to complete their share card, but they didn't? So we're going to talk a little bit about tips to really start May strong. And like I said, about the flash sale too. So tips for hitting Success Club at the end of the month. I know Ashley is still working towards it. Is there anybody else? And I know we only have a couple on tonight. Yes, that are working to hit Success Club. Okay. So my first thing that I'm going to tell you for end of the month Success Club is your mindset. Like, if your mindset is in the place that you can hit Success Club, you're 10 times more likely to hit Success Club by the end of the month. If your mindset is already in the gutter, where you already have like that, I've given up, I'll try again next month, it's probably not going to happen for me, you're not really going to do the work or take the action to try and hit Success Club, because you've already made it up in your mind that you're not going to, right? So first of all, you need to make the decision that, like, I am going to do this no matter what. And you need to know why. Why is it important for you to hit Success Club? Why is it important for you to help 3 people a month? Why is it that you are striving for that as a goal in building your business or for leading your team or whatever it is? Like, you have to have that connection to why you want to hit Success Club, and that you actually are going to achieve it, right? With that said, a quick, I'm just gonna like bullet point these out for you. Is that like, the benefit right now is that the more follow-ups and the more invites you're doing right now at the end of the month, even if they don't pay off today or tomorrow, meaning like these people don't sign up right now, the cool part about that is when you hustle at the end of the month, you go into a new month with a ton of conversations already started and a ton of invites to follow up with and a ton of people that you are continuing on conversations with that's going to bleed into the beginning of the next month. So don't just look at it like you're spending time right now in something that is a waste if it doesn't pan out the way that you're expecting it to right now in the next 2 days. Does that make sense? So like none of the energy you're putting in right now is wasted. It's going to pay off in the long run. First and foremost is follow-ups. That's Follow-ups are typically how I hit Success Club every month. The majority of it is from follow-ups. It might be I followed up with somebody 2 times, 10 times, for 6 months, for a year. I am very unapologetically persistent in my follow-ups, and not in like a salesy hurry up and buy this kind of way, but like a, hey, I know we had chatted about your goals. I know you really wanted to get a control of, drinking so much wine and having so many sweets, and you told me you wanted to lose 20 pounds. We have an amazing group running for May. Is this a better time for you? I'd love to help you get started. And or especially if it's people that have showed interest in 10 rounds, this is a really good time to remind them that this pack is on promo right now for $20 off. The next thing is BOD renewals. I've mentioned this a couple times, and this is really only relevant if you are a veteran coach and you've been around for a while. Is if you go under my business and you go to my orders and you filter out the BOD renewals, you'll see people whose Beachbody On Demands are about to renew in the next month. And I always shoot people out an email that says like, hey, I just wanted to let you know your Beachbody On Demand is about to expire and renew on May 5th for $99 for the year. I just wanted to let you know you have the option to cancel that. And if you want to, you can sign up with, say, a 10 rounds challenge pack where you're getting a year of Beachbody On Demand, access to the brand new 10 rounds program. You're getting exercise bands, you're getting a Shakeology cup, you're getting a month's supply of Shakeology or Performance Line for only $60 more than what you'd be paying for the year. And most people say yes, they want to do that, because if they were to break down just getting their On Demand, $99, getting their Shakeology, $130, buying access to a new program is like $50, right? So they're spending way more if they're not breaking it down. So that's a great thing to do, is run a report of your BOD renewals. Most like basic things is post a transformation photo with something that people can relate to, something that will stand out in the newsfeed, catch people's attention. Maybe think about relating to where people are at right now. What are people struggling with? Are they struggling with energy? They're struggling with anxiety. They're struggling with mindset, drinking wine, eating sweets. Talk about how this is helping you overcome them. How it's helping you work through them imperfectly. To kind of catch their attention and help them see that this is something you don't have to be perfect at, but it's something that they can work on right now in this time too. Inviting from people who comment and like on your posts. And I would suggest going back through your last like 10 to 15 posts and seeing if there's anybody that you missed that you haven't connected with and invited. Going through your Instagram and Facebook stories and inviting from there as well. Overcome an objection publicly. I gave this advice to Elsa today, because Elsa is still working to hit Success Club, and she has a couple people with share carts that haven't come through yet. And I said, what are objections you're getting right now? So are you getting people that are interested and then they tell you they can't afford it right now? Are you getting people that are interested and then they tell you they're too overwhelmed or they don't have time? Think about making a public post addressing that objection, how you worked past that, or how you found the time, or how you invested and how it's paid off for you. Like whatever those objections are you're getting, post about them publicly, because a lot of times when someone reads you putting that out there, they're going to be more responsive behind the scenes in your follow-ups and or in your invites. So they kind of work hand in hand. And it's a little more impactful than if you were just to say that specifically to them, because they're not going to take it personally, if that makes sense. And that's really it. Like the call to action is just go take action. Like there is no hitting Success Club without taking action. So up the follow-ups, up the invites, up the energy, and just know that there are people out there. There are thousands of people out there needing your help right now. It is just our job to go find them. So does anybody have any tips they want to add to that?
Just a clarification, because I know I'm probably going to have some newer coaches watching the recording at the very least. For the BOD renewals,
Yeah.
That's going to be mostly with customers, right? Not coaches or discount coaches.
I sometimes do have discount coaches whose Shakeology has gone inactive and their BOD is up for renewal. So technically they can cancel and re-sign up because they're not actively coaching. You don't get Success Club points for that though. It's only for customers.
That's a shame. I mean, I knew that, but I just
Yeah.
figured we put it out there.
Yes. Oh, and one more thing I want to say about this is more relevant, I don't know, for new coaches, I would say, but like that the coffee mentality of like, do not get defeated if you go send 10 invites today and 8 of them say no to you and one says maybe and one says, sure, let's talk about my goals. Don't get too emotionally attached when people say no or not now or they ghost you, because all it does is steal your energy from keeping able to go out and invite and connect with more people. Start looking at every no or every ghost as one step closer to finding a yes or a hell yes or I need this or thank you, I'm so excited. That's really like such an important mindset to have so that you don't defeat yourself before you actually give yourself the opportunity to get going. So, all right, I'm going to go quickly through a couple of things about planning your month. I personally was never, ever a planner. I mean, I'm still wouldn't necessarily consider myself like a major planner. I plan enough for things to function. Let's be real. You guys know me pretty well. But when I went to New Leadership, I think it was Melanie Mitro that gave a speech on how she planned her month to be able to like market effectively and post effectively. And it was like such a game changer for my brain, because up until that point, I would roll into a month being like, well, I guess I'll do a challenge group starting on this Monday, and I guess I'll do a free group starting on that Monday, and I guess I'll do a whatever whenever, and I would just like plan it 3 days before and throw it all together. So not only are you stressing trying to like scramble all the content and get it all posted, but then you're also like, oh my gosh, I actually have to invite people to this, and I should have started inviting like 2 weeks ago, and it's just stressful, right? So one of the best things that I took away from that was just the importance of like, you don't have to plan out every single day and every single post, any of that. I don't do that. But what is super helpful is to plan out when your challenge group is going to start, what the name of that's going to be, what that vibe is going to be about, whether it's like a multi-program or you're like, I'm committing to 10 rounds and I'm looking for 10 women to commit to this with me. Like picking what your challenge group is going to be about. What is that theme? When are you going to start it? Or is it an ongoing group where, you know, you start on the first of the month and it's rolling and people can join at any point in time, which that's what's working for me right now. But knowing what that is, because if you don't know what you're inviting to, you're not going to sit down and invite to it. Or every time you sit down to do a power hour and invite, you're going to be like, what am I inviting to today? I'm just going to talk to people about like joining a wellness community because I don't know, right? It's so much easier to invite when you have something you're inviting to. So that's the first thing, is getting a challenge group theme and start date. Yes, gives urgency. Getting that challenge group on your calendar. The second thing is knowing when our sneak peeks are going to be coming. Like we call them the Meet the Team events now. We're going to have 2 this month. Since Beachbody is doing the business opportunity webinar on the 5th, we're going to do the first Meet the Team on the 5th of the month. And then I think I wrote down, you'll see when I post my May calendar, but I think it's the 24th is a Sunday. Is going to be the second one for May. Yes, May 24th is a Sunday. Put those on your calendar so that you know when those are happening, so that you can be inviting to those in the week prior. It doesn't mean that you have to post every day like, hey, we're having a business opportunity webinar, but you can breadcrumb about it in your Instagram stories, or you can make a post once that week about it, or you can kind of breadcrumb little things about coaching into your posts.
I think it's been the most successful that we've run, really. We've gotten the people that have come onto those calls, or some of them might be on this call right now, but it's informal. It's just quick snippets of people on the team and a few of us kind of just talking about objections, but that were true for us. So we're kind of moving in that direction of like, when you introduce yourself, you say like, and when I started, I didn't think that X, Y, and Z. Kind of a feel, felt, found scenario. And it's just really informal, and we get to say hello and ask them questions, and some of them have been challengers and whatever. So get your people on those calls. It's and participate. Like if you see it's coming up and you have people coming on the call, let someone know, whoever's running the calls, to say, hey, I want to take like the 3 minutes and introduce myself on this call.
Yep. Absolutely. We're always open to having different coaches speak on these. I mean, there's typically a handful of us that are always inviting to it and always speaking on it, but Julia spoke on the last one and she was fantastic. And it's awesome to have an opinion of a new coach sharing what it's like to come into our team and like what it's like to join as a brand new coach. So always cool to have different faces and different stories on those. And like Annalisa said, they're very informal. So I feel like they're a whole lot less intimidating to invite to than saying like, this is a business opportunity webinar, where it's like straight up where people's brain goes like, business, like scary, where it's just like, come meet the team, come hear our stories, come hear why we love this, how we joined, what we do. And they've been really awesome. So same, Katie, I've had pretty much everyone that I've invited say yes, they want to join or they're interested, versus before where it kind of would be like, I'm not really sure. I don't know if I'm ready for business. So just know that first one is going to be on May 5th, because that is obviously a little more urgent to start inviting to that one now. The next thing is just with those said, with knowing when the sneak peeks are and knowing when challenge groups are, is like, do you personally have anything else in your month that you want to be showing up to in your business? Like you can mark in team call nights on your calendars. You can mark in national wake up calls on your calendar. If you have mastermind calls or you have calls with, a success partner or a mentor, mark those in on your calendar. Liz always says this, but she says, if it's not planned, it's not real, or something like that. And I'm like, it's so true, because it's so easy to say like, oh, I'll do that next Thursday. But like, if you don't plan on it, a lot of the times it never happens, right? And then be in the know that we're going to start it on May 1st. And we haven't really decided if we're going to do 3-day or 4-day, but on May 1st, I'm going to throw together a flash sale. So if you've been around, you've been in flash sales before. And if you've not been around, a flash sale is basically a group that we create where every hour a different post goes up with a different challenge pack promotion. So it'll say like, this is the 2B Mindset challenge pack. It's typically $180. It's on promo for $160. This is what 2B Mindset is about. This is who it's perfect for. And I'll put a little description in there about it. And it just gives people a great idea of what package would be the right solution for them. And the concept is that you add people to the page. I always suggest talking to them about their goals and helping them pick what challenge pack they're going to want, so that once you pop them into the flash sale page and they see that post go up of the challenge pack you've talked about, that they tag you in the comments, you send them a share cart, they commit, and then at the end of it, everyone who has committed to a challenge pack in the flash sale is entered into a giveaway, which we haven't decided what that is yet. So if you have any suggestions for a fun giveaway other than a fire stick, let us know. I also just want to take a show of hands while we're here, since I haven't typed this out yet. Who likes when we do Amazon gift cards with challenge packs, and who doesn't? The last one, we didn't do them just because I feel like, especially for new coaches, we don't necessarily want to take away from your commissions. And I feel like, given that challenge packs are already $20 off, like it's more off than what it would be if we did a $10 Amazon gift card. So I personally lean on the side of just running with the promo prices for challenge packs and then having the giveaway to enter them into at the end. Is that cool with everybody? All right, cool. All right, so that's going to start on May 1st and run till whatever, May 3rd, May 4th, whatever. And if we need to extend it for a day or two, we can always do that too.
Dana, as you make the graphics, I know you mentioned saying like it's typically 180, but it's 160.
Yeah.
Also having that like if purchased separately price, like it's $200 and
Yeah.
something dollars or whatever it comes to.
I probably won't put it on a graphic because I already have some made in Canva and I
Yeah,
don't
just
wanna
like in the
recreate them.
post or whatever, like if bought separately,
Yeah.
it's this much. It's typically
Yep.
180, and today it's 160.
Yeah, we can definitely break down the total price in the posts because I think that helps people understand the value a lot more. Okay, so know that. So I'm gonna go recap on this. May 1st, flash sale starts. May 5th is the Business of Coaching event. Get your challenge group on the calendar. The next Meet the Team event is gonna be May 24th after the one on the 5th. Any important calls you have on, national wake up calls, team calls, etc. And then I personally am going to suggest 2 things. And that is one, scheduling in your, not just like your commitment to your journey if you don't have a routine for that already, but like you being committed to your workouts, your nutrition, all that good stuff. When are you planning your meals, all that good stuff. Because when you feel excited and you feel passionate and you feel committed, you show up 10 times more in your business. Like this business is so much about energy, and that energy is really begins with us, right? But also scheduling in your work time. Like, I don't know if anybody's like me. I would assume that you all are, but like your routines have shifted pretty drastically right now, especially if you have kids home. And so it's important to be flexible with your work time and when you're getting that in. So I typically used to work in the mornings, and now I'm pretty much working only in the afternoons because we do Zoom school, then we do homeschool, and then like by the afternoon rolls around, that's my pocket of work time, and that's the time that I am committed to working my business every single day. So figure out what time works for you, or if you know that you're going to be flexible and it's different times every day, but like get an idea of that on your calendar, because it's all too easy to say like, oh, I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into 3 days from now, and 3 days turns into a week. And then before you know it, you're halfway through the month and you're nowhere near where you want it to be. So just have a loose idea of when you're going to work your business. And then my last suggestion is setting a personal development goal and carving in the time for that, whether that is reading for 10 minutes in the morning before you do your workout, or reading for 10 minutes before you go to bed at night, or reading or listening to a podcast when you're taking a walk with your kids. I'm personally finding, obviously PD is always helpful, but especially right now in this time with like the crazy and the constant noise and distraction, that PD is a must for me. And I wanted to quickly read something to you guys because I feel like it's so relevant for this topic. But this is one of the books I'm reading right now. It's called Fear is My Homeboy. It's fantastic. But I got to a chapter last night that was talking all about hustle and how like a lot of times we think hustle is working 24/7, which it is not. Like hustle is doing less, but doing it better with more focus and clarity. So like, instead of thinking I have to work for so long to get things done, like how can I work it more effectively and get more done in less time? Giving yourself time to take a break, getting enough sleep, scheduling your priorities, and seizing opportunities, and saying no with grace. But then she says, and I loved this, the second we get stressed and overwhelmed, the first thing we tend to cut out are vacations, fun, eating well, working out, and all kinds of stuff that are actually the medicine we should be taking. You think that skipping brunch with girls, which we obviously can't do right now, or ghosting the gym will give you your precious time back so you can finally get caught up. But the truth is, you'll never be caught up. So stop putting yourself last to chase around everyone else's to-do list. When you skip doing the things you love or the things that make you feel good, you end up wasting time later and beating yourself up about it. And the only person you hurt is yourself. You need joy in your life. When you are happy personally, you thrive professionally. When you are happy at work, it positively impacts your personal life. They go together. Hustle for joy first, and then go take care of the rest of the world, which I like read that the hustle for joy quote. And I was like, God, that's so good. So just make sure that you're taking that time every day to like pour into you and get yourself in a good place, because you're going to show up in a totally different way in your business. That's really it for planning your month. Like that could be a whole nother topic in itself, but the whole concept essentially, by knowing when your challenge group is, knowing when the Meet the Team events are and all that stuff, is so that you know what to be posting about, what you need to be inviting to at any given time in the month, what you're going to be posting about in your Instagram stories with a little poll that says, hey, do you want to join us? But it just gives you a little more direction than if you go into the month kind of being like, I'm just going to invite people here and there and when, and you check the team page and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about the meet the team event. I don't have any time to invite anybody right now. I personally just go and print one of those like blank calendars. You can type in May 2020 on Google and save a blank calendar and print it out and just write all your little stuff in it for the month. And it makes such a difference. Okay, moving on. So here are my tips, and I would love if anybody else wants to chime in on this, but for hitting Success Club early in the month. And I like to think about this is like, it's just like human nature that when we're given a specific amount of time, that we're most likely going to put it off until the last like week. And then we're like, oh my gosh, there's only a week left. And I like had the last 3 weeks, but I like, it's like this pressure comes on. It's like when you're in college and you have a 5-page paper due the next day, and like 2 days before you're like, oh my gosh, I better sit down and write that paper when you've known about it for 3 months. It's like the same thing in our business, right? We go into the month knowing that we want to hit Success Club, that we want to bring on new coaches, knowing that we have a full 30 or whatever days ahead of us. And a lot of times we kind of go into the month being like, oh, I'm just going to take a little breather. It's the beginning of the month. They have plenty of time. And I'm going to suggest flipping the switch and looking at the beginning of the month like it is the last 2 days of the month. Like that energy that you have to show up and like crank on your invites and just get out there and hustle and follow up with people and get excited. Start the month with that energy. Like start on day one. It hits day one on the calendar and you're like, boom, let's go. A fresh new month. Let's crush it. One of the things that has been really helpful for me, and I've gotten back into that this month, and I've had a really good month, is at the first day of the month, or let's back up for a second. Before the month even starts, I want you to sit down at some point, like over this weekend, and write down a list of 100 to 200, however many people you want to go for. I would suggest at least 100 people that you are going to reach out to and invite in the month of May. And I would say at least 100, bare minimum, because my next suggestion is that because you have that list, you go into the month with some kind of a plan. It's no longer sitting down being like, who am I going to start with inviting this month? But like going through even just your Instagram followers, people that have been following your stories, people that have liked posts, and instead of doing them right there in the moment, write down that list, because as soon as May 1 hits, you're like, boom, hit the gates. I'm going to go reach out to all these people. I'm going to invite them to our flash sale. And so for the first couple days of the month, and in all the months that I was like consistent hitting SC10 and upwards, to 20 month after month, this is always what I did. I would start the month sending 20 to 30 invites a day for 3 days. And on day 4, I would do no invites and I would do all my follow-ups. So for 3 days, I would go hard on inviting. Day 4, I would follow up, and then I would repeat until I had helped as many people as my goal was for the month. And it's super easy if you start your month like that. Yes, it takes a little more work, and yes, it takes a little more energy and time. But if you really want to lock it in early in the month and you really want to make the most of this flash sale, why not go hard at the beginning of the month? Because what happens is when you go hard and you help the amount of people that you want to help and you've hit that goal, not saying like it's a permission to mentally check out of your business for the rest of the month, but it gives you more opportunity to take the time to spend more time on networking or more time working on emails for new customers or connecting with your new customers or working on challenge group content or whatever. There's always 7,000 things we want to do in our businesses that we don't always have time for, right? And when we make sure that we hit those goals that we want to be hitting non-negotiably really early on, it makes so much more space and so much more energy to work on other things we want to do in our businesses. So I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but I'm saying that's worked for me is being a lot more intentional and upping your numbers a bit of invites in the beginning of the month, being really consistent with those follow-ups, and aiming to achieve your goal by 2 weeks into the month, because then you don't have to spend the rest of the month stressing about it. What days flash sale will open? We're going to open it on May 1st. I mean, I just opened the page of it today, and I'm going to post it in the team page tomorrow. So you can feel free to join it now and start adding people to it now. Unless you want them to commit the end of the month, and I wouldn't suggest adding them in there.
So you sharing stuff and then like over the X amount of days, and then like May 5th is like the day
Yeah,
that
there will be like, typically I put all the posts up in one day, because I don't like if someone were to like see 3 challenge pack options one day and then 3 the next, because like what if the person that wants to sign up with you doesn't see their option for 2 days? So on the first day, it's going to have all the pack options go up, and then we'll just have like a prompt or like an engagement post or something each day following up. And then the end day will be the post of like, I think we'll have the post up in it where people say where they've committed and then draw the giveaway. So all the promos will go up on day 1, and we'll figure out some just fun ways, like drop a GIF if you're excited or whatever, like ways to engage people.
Okay. So like May 1st they're going up, but it's May 5th that you're keeping it open until?
We
I
haven't decided if we're doing
Okay.
24 day. So
Okay.
you'll know tomorrow. I'll put details in the team page about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I personally don't think we should have it drag on more than 3 or 4 days, because then
Yeah.
people will have too much time to think.
Okay.
If we do it, if we did it the 1st through the 4th, it would end on a Monday. So it would start Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if they had to commit by Sunday night or Monday even. We
Do
can
it by Sunday.
Huh?
So do it by Sunday so that everyone that's working isn't like
Yeah,
putting in orders and it's just done.
If we open it Monday, everything goes up Monday. Yeah, Friday through Sunday. If they commit by like Sunday night at 9 p.m., we can do something like that. And if we needed to extend it for a day because more people wanted to join in, then we can do that too. Just so that everybody has time to invite to it and get people in, because sometimes it takes people a day or 2 to even get their message and hop in the group. So
But this is like the time, guys, that you could literally make it, like when Dana's saying 100 people, it sounds like, holy shit, like what the hell is she talking about? It's crazy. But if you like just do a quick, like we talked about in the last call, like do a quick voice recording, a video of you tomorrow morning sharing about how you are super pumped that you just got, update on the new promos that are happening. It's the lowest rate all year. We're now doing this flash sale. Like share your excitement and just that that you've been wanting to jump in. Now it's such an awesome time and you couldn't help but think about them. And then just blast that same thing off to like 50 people, but you could just do that very easily to invite to it, because people love sales. People love a deal. So if they think that this is like the biggest time, which it is, because it's the lowest, then it might be that tipping point for them to finally want to at least jump in.
yeah. I'm also going to invite the people that I've had sign up with like 3-month BOD memberships and stuff like that, because a lot of the reason why they didn't buy it was because it just wasn't financially like viable at the time. But it's a big deal when challenge packs are $20 off. So, and we'll figure out a really fun giveaway to do. Oh, and for the giveaway, if you guys want whatever we decide what it is, if you want to PayPal like $5 just to contribute to it, that way no one's taking the full brunt of paying for the whole giveaway by themselves. So I'll put my PayPal or my Venmo info in that for the post in the team page too. Okay, since we only have 15 minutes left, I'm gonna keep going with these tips real fast. But the first one was the writing the list of 1 to 200, super helpful so that you have a place to start. Just ideas for actually writing out that list is like, go through your cell phone, think about, friends that you haven't talked to in a while, moms from your kids' schools. Like you can print out your Facebook friends list and start highlighting and going through and literally talking to people and inviting from there. I have been sending a lot of invites from my Instagram followers that I have gotten great responses back on. And even people who are not interested are saying, thanks so much for thinking of me. I don't really need that right at this moment, or I already have a fitness routine or whatever, but people have been really responsive about that. And inviting from your posts, obviously, per usual. Another thing is to go back to your past, like the past couple months of invites that you've done. If there are people that you haven't followed up with, putting them on your list for May to follow up with them now. It's a perfect time, especially if they were somebody that said no at the time because life was too crazy, or they didn't have, it was too expensive. It's perfect to invite people like that to the flash sale. Go back through your Coach Online office. This might sound silly, but go back through your Coach Online office and look at sent and viewed share cards. There are always people that you send share cards to that do not follow through with them. Or there are always people that you send a share card to and they view it and then they ghost you. I've had that happen a lot of times. And what I found is that most of the time it just turned out it wasn't the right timing for them, or like something came up and they felt too embarrassed to tell me that it wasn't the right time. Follow up with those people that you sent share cards to, just like you would anything else. Like, hey girl, I know you were so excited to get started on your journey. I'm not really sure if maybe it just wasn't a great time for you. I remember that you had wanted to achieve XYZ. Like, are you still wanting to work on that? Like, how are things going for you right now? Just wanted to let you know that we have a flash sale going this month. So the package that you had selected is actually $20 off this month. Are you interested in hopping in the flash sale? Like, super simple. If you have forms like I do, if you send people a form to fill out their goals, go back through your forms to all the people who have not committed, follow up with those people. And then making a post with a direct invite at the beginning or the month or the last day of the month, so that people are seeing that, like making a post that is sharing about what is your May challenge group all about? What's the vibe of it? What's the point of it? What are you committed to? What are you excited about? What are you hoping people like to help people achieve right now in this point in time, with a very clear invite to your May group with some kind of call to action at the bottom of like, I have 5, this is open for the first 5 women, or the first 10 women to commit are going to get a promo price or something like that, that maybe like kind of ties in and hints about the promo of a flash sale. Doing some kind of call to action at the end of that post with a direct invite, I think is really important, so that people actually know you have some kind of group starting and you are inviting them to join you for it. And the last tip I have is kind of a woo-woo hippie one. And that's every single morning I sit down and I do my gratitude journal, and then I have a list of affirmations I go through, and it's like all kinds of things. So it's like, I am happy, I am energetic, I am vibrant, money comes easily to me, whatever. Like, they're all different types of affirmations for all different things. And one of the things that I always say is that the people who need my help are placed in my path, and they are ready to invest and willing to do the work. I'm a firm believer that what you put out there is what comes back to you. And when you truly believe, and you have the energy and that intention that the people are out there that need your help, and that you're going to show up and do the work to find them, that it sounds crazy, but people come out of the woodworks. Like, this month for me was crazy. I had people that I've talked to for 2 years that have never commit. I had customers that had quit 3 years ago come back and commit. I've had a lot of great conversations that turn from objections into people signing up. I think there is a lot of power in focusing on the fact that people are out there and that they need you, and that there are people out there ready and willing to do the work. So if you truly believe that and you focus on that, you're going to be more likely to do the work and find them. So that is my hippie woo woo share of the night. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Oh, I forgot one more. Oh, you want me to repeat that? I always have an affirmation that says something along the lines of, the people who need my help are placed in my path. They're ready to invest and willing to do the work. Because I don't want to just say people are placed in my path, but they're not ready to come in. They don't want to do the work. I want to find people that are actually ready to invest and willing to do the work. And my last comment is setting your bar a little bit higher for the next month. I think wherever we set the goal becomes kind of a limit in our mind, and the amount of work that we do really is dependent on what that goal is. So if you roll into a month saying, I'm gonna strive for Success Club 6 this month, you're only going to do the amount of work that would get you to Success Club 6. And often we severely underestimate the amount of work that it actually takes to get to a goal, right? Because we might say, I'm going to work to get to SC6 this next month. And so for the first week of the month, we don't invite at all. The second week, we kind of trickle here and there, send an invite, doing a couple follow-ups, whatever. And then, it's like the last 2 weeks of the month, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to hit Success Club, right? I went into this month personally wanting to bust through a limiting belief that I've been struggling with, because I used to have really high Success Club numbers all the time. And I don't mean that in a way of like focusing on points over people, but I wanted to get back into that mindset, and also that pattern of consistency of doing the vitals, having fun with the vitals and staying consistent with them, and seeing the benefits of that momentum pay off. So I went into the month setting the goal to hit SC20, which I haven't done that in quite some time now, like through all I've gone through the last 2 years. And for me, I needed to set a big goal to kind of bust myself out of the comfort that I was in, because after 6 years, Success Club 6 is not a really exciting goal anymore, if that makes sense. I needed something that excited me, something that pushed me out of my comfort zone, made me a little bit uncomfortable, that was going to make me show up every single day. And that's what I set the goal to be. And I hustled to have my actions match what outcome I wanted to have. Whereas if I would have set the bar lower and gone into the month being like, I'll just help 5 people, I wouldn't have done the consistent amount of work or the amount of connections and invites that I did. Does that make sense? So I'm just saying, like, set your bar a little bit higher. It doesn't necessarily matter if you hit that goal or not. It matters that you raise your energy, you raise your excitement, you raise your action level, and you have that little bit of feeling of like, this is a little bit uncomfortable, but it's a hell of a lot more fun than it is to like chase something I've done a million times. It's not exciting to me anymore. At least that's how my brain functions. I'm like, been there, done that. Like, whoop-de-doo.
I can say another thing that like I haven't been doing, which I need to get back to, because I remember when I was doing it, it was super helpful, is writing on your calendar when you sit down, like every Saturday, what is your Success Club goal? So you're not working on a monthly goal, you're working on a weekly goal, and every week you're doing the work to get that number for Saturday. And that's when your month grows, because you're not just like Dana was talking about, I got 30 days to do this, and then it's the last week and you're like, oh, I gotta help 3 people. Like, I'm so guilty of that. Like right now I am pushing to get like just the bare minimum right now just to lock in Success Club this month. I shouldn't say that, because I'm actually like inviting a bunch more people than just one to get those points. I want to end the month strong. So I need to get back to that kind of weekly thing, and that helps with getting it done early in the month, and it helps with gaining momentum, and it helps with consistency in our business. So it's not just like end of the month you get a bunch, and then 4 weeks later at the end of the month, and your volume is only at the end of the month, right? You want volume to be consistent through your whole month. We all do. So if you're seeing like, oh, I have like low weeks, and then you get one big week, it's because that's when you've been inviting people. That's when their Shakeology is recurring. Like that end week of the month can generally be a volume spike, because that's when people push to hit Success Club and they enroll 3 people or something. So keep in mind that if you set those weekly goals, and I say you, I mean me too, setting those weekly goals really helps gain that consistent income as well.
Yeah, that made me think of, I feel like Josh Coates says something about that, of like, instead of going into the month saying like, I want to hit Success Club 10, being like, I am going to help 2 people a week, or I'm going to help 3 people a week, and having that be your push goal, because then you have something immediately with urgency to take action on, because it's a goal for this week, rather than it being a 30-day goal where it's so easy to be like the first 2 weeks and then be like the last 2 weeks, oh shit, like I have a goal to hit. And I just think too, it's like getting out of that frustration of that end of the month, like stress and struggle, and just, it sounds silly, but like I'm having so much fun being consistent again.
Yeah,
Like,
it's way more fun. It's way more enjoyable, and it's
Mhm.
just good vibes all around.
and it feels good to like connect with people more. Like I've been putting so much more energy into networking on Instagram, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. And I shared all those tips. It's like super simple what I'm doing, but I'm having a lot of new connections and new conversations, and it's like really fun again, because I think sometimes we get in a rut where we feel like we're talking to the same people over and over and following up with the same people over and over and all that, and then your business isn't fun when it's like that. Like you need new blood, new energy, new people that are excited, new people to talk to, people that really are wanting to join you and are interested. I think unfortunately, if people have followed you for a while, they almost get kind of numb to like your level of motivation or what you offer, whereas like new people have never been inspired by you, and they've never heard your story, and they don't know what you have to offer. And like I'm finding that a lot of these new people I'm connecting with are like, oh my God, your story is so wild. And I'm like, wow. Like, because like people that follow you forever just get so used to seeing you post over and over and over again that they already know what you're doing and what you're all about, but new people don't, and they're pumped about it. So working to connect and do new invites and find those new people really keeps it fresh and exciting too. So that is my goal. Set your bar high for May. Set a goal that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And then find your consistent action that you're going to take date. Like right now, my goal is to do a power hour 5 days a week. I do give myself a mental break on weekends because homeschool / working is exhausting, as most of you know. Give yourself a day a week that's your mental break, and then be committed to take those actions on the other. And it feels really good to do that and see your business move forward because of it. There's like no better feeling than proud of what you accomplished. So that is it. It is 9:28. We're 2 minutes shy. You guys surprised?
You did it.
I'm sorry, did you breathe?
I
I'm impressed. I'm so impressed.
So good. Thank you, Dana. I'm gonna go get this towel off my head and comb my hair now.
Oh wow, we're gonna boomerang it. You look cute.
Good night, you guys. See you all soon.
Bye. Wait, ladies, wait. Oh,
Oh, golly. Can I be in it in my...
Of course you can. Except
Are we boomer? What are we doing?
Except I'm gonna take my filter off because you can't really see it when I do that.
Not really sure what I want my hands to do today.
Katie's the only one dancing. All right, ladies.
Thanks, Dana.
See you next week.
Love yous.
Love you, ladies, too.
You.